A standard aptitude test is given to several randomly selected programmers, and the scores are given below for mathematics and verbal portions of the test. There's mathematics, there's verbal. The question says, use the sign test to test the indicated claim that programmers do better on the mathematics portion of the test at a 0.05 level of significance. Is your answer going to be A, test statistic 0, critical value 1, fail to reject HO? B, test statistic 0, critical value 1, reject H0? C, test statistic 1, critical value 0, reject H0? Or D, test statistic 1, critical value 0, reject H0? Okay, because we're claiming that programmers do better on mathematics portion, if the mathematics portion is higher score than the verbal, we'll use a plus sign. If it's lower, we're going to use a negative sign. Mathematics is 347, verbal is 245. It's higher, so it's a plus sign. Mathematics is at 440, verbal 378. Another plus sign. Mathematics is 327, verbal 243, plus sign. Mathematics is higher. Mathematics 456, verbal 371, plus. Mathematics 427, verbal 340, plus. Mathematics 349, verbal 271, plus. Mathematics 377, verbal 294, it's a plus sign. Mathematics 398, verbal 322, plus. Mathematics 425, verbal 385, plus. So all of the scores were higher on mathematics. So now what we need to look at is we had plus sign equals 9. The minus sign, we did not see that at all, so that's a 0. So what we want to do is 0 is the sign, the minus sign is the sign that occurred less. So that is going to be your test statistic. So 0, less occurred. So x equals 0, because that's how many times the minus sign occurred. So that's your test statistic, okay? So I'm going to write that down here. Test statistic, x equals 0. Now we got to find the critical value. So let me just write critical value down here. And that's also denoted by x. Okay, in order to find the critical value, we're going to use table A7. We were told in the problem it's a 0.5 significance level. Okay, there are 9 selected test scores. So the table is listed off to the right, and you want to go down. Your n is 9. You need to find at the top whether it's a one-tail or a two-tail test, and here are your levels of significance: 0.005, 0.01, 0.01, 0.02, 0.025, 0.05, 0.05, and 0.1. Well, looking at 9, your number 9 and going across until you find the 0.05 level of significance, you see that number is 1. So your critical value is going to equal 1. So now we have to decide whether we're going to fail to reject H0 or reject H0. So now that we know our test statistic is 0, we've narrowed it down to A or B. They both state the critical value of X is 1. So do we fail to reject H0 or reject H0? Since 0 is less than 1, we're going to reject H0. So since 0 is less than 1, reject H0. And so that would mean then our correct answer would have to be B. Reject H0.